Good evening to my friends in Portage County and abroad. Get your hard hats on because we are in for another shift of overtime. On Tuesday, the Kent State baseball team, they took on Mercyhurst on the road and took home their second blowout Mercy Rule victory over the Lakers by the score of 13-3. Then the following Wednesday, the Flashes kept on swinging against Baldwin Wallace, once more winning this week by a score of 11-1. Then the women's lacrosse team, they took on Mercyhurst and they would win by a score of 14-8. Joined at the desk, I am with Avery Rigney, and the cameras are on, actually. We did pay the lights and the bills in the house. So, Avery, let's start off with the Kent State baseball team. After sort of a rough year, a bit of a slump, start to the year, allowing lots of runs, they've really turned things around.
Yes, definitely. So I kind of want to highlight, there's two key freshmen that have really stood out to me this whole baseball season. I mean, every game I'm seeing their names in the charts. So it's Micah Karakoff and Sawyer Solitaria. Like, they have had great games. Last game versus Mercyhurst, Micah had 1 triple, 4 runs, and 3 RBIs. And alongside Micah was Sawyer, which had 1 base stolen. And fun fact, they have 65 bases stolen over the whole course of the season, which is
top of the MAC.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he had 4 at-bats. So they have really stood out to me in this past season.
And not only is it the youth, the freshmen, the true freshmen like Kirakoff and Solitaria, you're getting veteran presence. Casey, Yatsak, and Alejandro Kovas, I would mention, outfielder, is another freshman. He actually leads the team batting average with .403. You know, we were talking about batting average before the show. Our good friend Jenny Zaborowski, Monday newscast weather lady, she was actually hitting close to the 4.0 mark. But Kovas, Casey, you've got Yatsak, you've got a great outfield. And the catching position is very deep with Brody Williams. What else are you seeing from the Kent State baseball team? How far do you think they can go?
Yeah, so in their game against Baldwin Wallace, they run ruled them as well with 8 bases stolen. So, that's pretty impressive. And then I'd like to highlight Jake Casey. He's had a great season. So he had 3 at-bats versus Baldwin Wallace, and I think he just keeps getting better every game.
One team that's gotten really better, and of course their season came to an end, the Kent State Gymnastic Team 2025 MAC regular season champions. Really solid year. Regionals was the end of their season, but another just year in and year out this team performs. Bruce Biggin, 12th time he has been named MAC Coach of the Year. Can you believe that? 12 times a person wins their coaching conference. Yeah. That's insane.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then with their NCAA regionals, they went to Penn State, and there was 3 gymnasts that qualified. So it was Charlie Benner, and she competed with vault, and overall she had a 9.7 at the meet. And then Heidi Schultz, she competed against beam, and she actually tied for 15th place at the regionals. And then Alyssa Guns, this is her 4th time going to NCAA regionals, her 4th appearance, and she got 9.7 on floor. So overall, we had a pretty decent meet, and I'm excited for next season.
It was
already.
a decent meet for sure, and with Kent State Gymnastics, the great traditional program that it is, we're going to be excited. But 4 years, does Alyssa Guns have an extra year of eligibility? I don't know myself. But if that's the end of her time here at Kent State, we're going to see a new era of gymnastics at this university. And I'm really excited to see, who steps up. Will it be Nene Alvine? Will it be, Charlie Benner, as you mentioned? I'm really excited to see who takes Alyssa Gunn's seat.
Yeah, I think Nene Alvine, she just had her right Achilles tear. So I think coming back, it'll be a difficult struggle back. But I think she could really step in for Alyssa Gunn's spot and really compete.
I'm really excited. Obviously, the MAC has got plenty of great gymnastics talent. Avery, thank you very much. Stick around though, because the end segment is amazing. Shifting from collegiate diamonds, as we mentioned earlier, to the pros. MLB's opening week has come and gone. Stick around to see what Stone the Savant O'Brien has got to say. Yesterday marked 1 week since Major League Baseball kicked off opening day and lit the torch for the 2025 campaign. However, for the 2024 American League Central champion Cleveland Guardians, this season has not gotten off to a quick start as the Guards have crawled to a record of 2-4. Now across the majors, 2 teams remain undefeated as of today. The San Diego Padres and Los Angeles Dodgers both sitting at 8-0. Stone O'Brien, the savant, ready to drop some knowledge, some takes. So, Stone, obviously very early. It's still April. It's April 4th. It's 1 or 2 o'clock currently in the studio. So what do you make of the Guardians? Are you worried at all? Are you worried of pressing trends in the team at all?
I'm not worried at all. The entire AL Central has gotten off to a poor start. Every team is tied. 4 teams are tied for first place with a record of 2-4. The Twins are in last, half a game back at 2-5. The Twins haven't looked that good. The White Sox, their starters have the lowest ERA, but they haven't produced those good results into wins.
The
The
breaking
Royals,
news: they're still the White Sox.
true, but I'm not worried that much about the Guardians. We'll get things going. We've had a couple poor starts, and bad defense was my big takeaway from this past week against the Padres. Schneemann, come on, just run him down and tag him out. The inning's over, and if the run scores, the run scores. You throw the ball at the plate, don't make a play. Now you've got a runner on second. Base hit could really blow the ball game open. Arias also making errors, and then Ramirez, he dropped a pop fly on Monday, and when I saw that, I'm like, this team isn't mentally there, and it looks like a team that maybe had the payroll cut after making the ALCS and trading away Andrés Giménez and Josh Naylor, who have kind of thrived. I mean, Andrés Giménez is
They both have, honestly.
the cleanup hitter, and if you told me that Andrés Giménez would be hitting cleanup, hitting bombs, I'd be like, maybe.
You might even bring out a certain type of test for a certain type of Mark McGuire's favorite breakfast, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe he's using those torpedo bats.
Yeah, those torpedo bats. So let me drop some history on you. I'm not worried at all. I'm actually, quite frankly, if I'm a Guardians fan or if I'm manager Stephen Vogt, I'm actually kind of grateful that we've got this series out of the way. You don't want the Padres a late coast series, or a late night West Coast series, and when you're in September and you're grinding out for that last wild card spot. Get it out the way. If you're a Midwestern team like the Twins, Royals, and Guards, get out those West Coast trips, and I'm glad they are. If they're heading out, the Guardians, they're playing Anaheim.
Yeah, they're playing LA tonight.
And
Gavin
then
Williams on the bump.
Let's look at the records through 6 games for the Cleveland Guardians. 2016 made the World Series, 3-3. 2017, probably the most talented, I would say at least, talented Cleveland baseball team since the 90s era. 2018, lost in the ALDS, but 2-4, so same record as the Guardians now. 2022 and 2024, the 2 successful years for Cleveland baseball in this decade, 4-2. So that's only 1 or 2 wins better.
Yeah, and last year kind of had a favorable start to the season. You got Oakland for 4 games. You took 3 out of 4.
Very good
Shane
insight.
Bieber pitched lights out in his final start of the season for the foreseeable future. He'll come back around mid-July, maybe late June. I know he's getting closer and closer to rehab. Mariners, and then the Mariners, they have good pitching, so I think we just got to right the ship. It starts tonight. You've got Gavin Williams, who has taken massive strides, improving with his fastball, and just really commanding presence. He could very well be an ace down the line if Tanner Bybee regresses a little bit, but he got extended, which is obviously hope that he'll continue these good performances down the line. And the offense, you know what, Chris Valaika, bye-bye, because this offense has looked way better. They're drawing walks, they're taking pitches. John Kinsey Noel is striking out so far 20%, more than 20% less. Stephen Kwan has squared up 37.5% of the balls he's hit. There's a lot to like about the offense so far. So once the weather warms up, things will be good. And pitching, Cade Smith, still nasty. The bullpen has regressed a little bit. Joey Cantillo struggled a lot. And then Paul Sewald, he had 1 bad outing. I have faith in him. He's looked good in the other 2 appearances that he's had. His FIP is way lower than his ERA, which is also a good sign to come. And you know what? Ortiz, he's a project. I think he struggled, obviously, in his first start. Kind of imploded, didn't have the release point, inconsistent commanding mechanics. Ortiz will rebound. He has the start on Sunday. Tanner Bybee goes on Saturday. This is a good weekend to take 2 out of 3. Right the ship coming into your home opener and destroy on the White Sox.
Really quickly, say the Guardians have the same bullpen performance we saw in 2024. What would your ceiling be for them in 25?
The World Series.
Wow. You think they would get over, say, the Red Sox with their payroll and the Yankees with their payroll?
Easily. I mean, they got to keep it obviously throughout the whole season, but the pitching outlook looks way better. You'll have John Means coming back, who's thrown a no-hitter in the past. He's balled out with Baltimore. Shane Bieber back. Gavin Williams is hopefully taking the next step to becoming a big ace. He's gotten Garrett Cole comparisons in the past. Tanner Bybee, lockdown. Luis Ortiz maybe coming back. You know, Joey Cantillo locks in. There's a lot to be looking forward to for the Guardians this season, but they have to right the ship starting this weekend.
Stone O'Brien saying World Series, it's in the cards for the Guards. Thank you, Stone. Well,
You're welcome.
In the good old NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers took on the New York Knicks in a battle of Eastern Conference foes. Coming up, NBA discussions and more next on Overtime. It's crunch time in the National Basketball Association, and the playoff spots are getting filled quickly. We saw a potential playoff matchup on Wednesday between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the New York Knicks. New York got up big early in this one, but the Cavs put off another stunning regular season comeback win, taking this one 124-105. The big boss, Anthony, thank you very much for chipping in this shift. So the Cavs, more encouraging stuff, fighting in, chipping away at leads, and taking games where they were down by double digits.
They've done it all season, right? It's to the point where it's like, anytime I'm watching a game and my friends who are Cavs fans, they're like, man, they're down, this sucks. And I'm just like, just wait for the Cavalanche.
Yep.
It's going to happen. I'm more surprised by the games where it doesn't at this point. They're very impressive, especially at home. Getting down early, that always sucks just from any sport. You never want to get down early, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish at the end of the day. So I think that is something that, if that trend continues into the playoffs, then Cavs fans should have the highest of hopes.
Yes, I definitely, and I want to take a bit of a second to eat my own words here because I had been, pleading it across our shows and even print sometimes. Can we just see a little bit of that grit, that toughness from the Cavaliers? Because they're a finesseful team. They've got Darius Garland with a great duffel bag of crossover moves and, step back threes. Donovan Mitchell can go however many feet in the air. He's won a dunk contest. And of course, he's an all-star caliber player. But I've wanted to see a bit of, stick-to-itiveness and can you get up in a basketball game after getting punched in the mouth. And I think the Cavaliers really can. I really do think that this is a sign of possible success to come, but there's other teams, specifically the Oklahoma City Thunder. Week in and week out we talk about this team, but I want to provide my own bold take. And I've been thinking about this one. I've been sitting on this one for a while. I think the Thunder are winning this championship.
You think so?
I think
The Thunder?
here's why. And I feel bad because I should really be asking you how you feel, but
No, please.
here's my reason. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a bit of a seat back, like we're in therapy. Here's why. I really don't want the Thunder, and I shouldn't say that as a sports journalist, but they're so good. They're so good, boss. What else is there not to like about the Thunder? They have chemistry. They have defense. What do you like?
What do I like or what do I not like? Because
Well,
you said
or
what's there
either-
not. You said what's there not to like.
What do you like?
I don't like Shea's magic whistle. I'm gonna be
Oh,
out front.
I like
his
that.
magic
Yeah,
whistle.
exactly.
The dude breathes and ends up at the free throw line.
There
okay?
was a go
It
ahead, go ahead.
drives me crazy. Now, do I think that is going to translate to the playoffs? Absolutely. People are going to be fouling out of these games trying to guard him. That's the part that makes me, like you said, as a sports journalist, we shouldn't be rooting against anybody.
But then it's
Man, it's like I would rather see the Nuggets or
Yes.
the Lakers or somebody else who doesn't get this type of favoritism. It just seems like every game he's shooting 50 free throws.
They honestly remind me, and it's kind of ironic seeing as a franchise they're quite youthful. They've only been around since, I believe, 2010 or 9. But they're kind of like the New York Yankees in a way in which they play with an attitude that says, we're good and we know it, and we're going to stick it to you, Cleveland, Boston, Denver, L.A. They're so good in those fouls. Did you see the clip of him? This guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he is the MVP for a reason. He is a great phenomenal basketball player. Oh, okay. We'll get
Action.
into this. I saw the smirk.
We'll go back to that.
I saw the smirk, but specifically what I'm talking about is this clip of him jumping into Russell Westbrook and collecting an and one. But tell me about this MVP take.
Should be Jokic.
Yep.
It should be Jokic. I feel so sorry for the people at home who had to hear that
I know,
mic explode.
Joe, I'm so sorry about the sound.
You know, it should be Jokic. The dude is averaging a triple-double. He is the most efficient player in the NBA. We've seen him get snubbed before. This guy, by the end of this season, should have 5 MVPs. Joel Embiid, who, by the way, has played less games than Carmelo Anthony in like the past 5 years, and Carmelo's been retired since 2022.
Is this an NBA
Yes.
Centel take or an NBA Central take?
No, dude. I'm telling you, this guy robbed Jokic of that MVP a couple years ago, and it's going to happen again because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knows how to get to the free throw line a bunch of times. When Jokic, he just chucks the ball up, it goes in, he rebounds everything, and he gets the assists when it needs to, the ball needs to get out of his hands. So I think a guy like that, especially as efficient as he is, he's getting robbed. I'm just going to flat out say
Totally
he's getting
agree.
robbed.
And let me clarify the dap up and the excitement, the loud noise. I think Shai Gilgeous will be the MVP. That's when I said he's the MVP. And for a reason, because he's an elite basketball player. But if I had a vote, if I was one of the, 50 or 100 so media members they give votes out to, I would pick Nikola Jokic. My ladder would be Jokic, SGA, and I would give Donovan Mitchell the 3rd spot.
The 3rd spot.
Yeah, I would give him the 3rd spot specifically because, his stats aren't, popping off the screen, but they're still very, very solid. He's going to be first NBA or second NBA team. But, you got to have the best player from the best team in the MVP race, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that just makes sense, especially in a game like basketball where, you have like football where there's so many guys on the field that you can't really just be like, yeah, this one guy. Like, that's why I never thought that like the quarterback, they should just make it the best quarterback award because they always give it to the quarterback. But in basketball where you have only 5 guys and one guy can take almost complete control of a game. I mean, we've seen Kobe Bryant score 80-plus points in a game. Like, you can do that in a sport like basketball. So the best player on the best team absolutely makes sense. So not to say that SGA doesn't deserve to go there, because even if you take out his free throw numbers, he's still one of the top scorers in the league, and that's important to note. I just think that they're overdoing it a little bit. So I think he 100% deserves to be up there, just not above Jokic.
See, let's say it to our friends Matt Corral and Liv Sharp. There is still a little bit of excitement you can squeeze out of the NBA season, no matter how long it is. But thank you very much, Anthony. And as is tradition, to mark the end of our shift, we've got one more guessing game in us. And it is exciting coming up. My friends will rejoin me at the desk next on OT. At the end of our show, we are going to get a glimpse at a few minor league baseball team logos, and we will have to match it to their major league affiliate. So, for example, the Columbus Clippers are the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians. Before we get in, also, that was Maddox Miller's take about the NBA season being too long. So let me get that. My bad, Liv. My bad, Matt, wherever you are. Probably working for one of these. All right.
Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Trash Pandas.
I already know it.
All right. What is it?
It should be the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking too.
But I couldn't remember if it was the Athletics or not.
I was worried that this was
It's
the one that
somewhere out west.
switched handlers, but
Yeah.
it's still
the
It's the
Athletics?
the
Yanks.
Double
I
A
thought so.
affiliate of the Anaheim Angels.
Awesome uniforms.
Oh yeah,
I love them.
I had a MLB The Show 22 my player who played for the Trash Pandas. It was really awesome. The Modesto, I have no idea where Modesto is. The Modesto Nuts. Okay.
Ooh.
Man, that's a tough one.
Huh.
All right. My
I'm gonna
gut
guess
tells
It's a tough
me-
nut to crack.
Seattle.
My gut tells me Boston.
I was gonna say Boston kind
My
of
gut
popped out
tells
at me.
Boston.
If I
My
remember
gut tells me
correctly,
Seattle.
if I remember correctly, Boston is Woo Sox
Yeah, the Whoosh
and the Sea Dogs.
and Sea Dogs.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So
Should we go Mariners? I don't think that's
Mariners.
a bad guess.
I would waste up so much time doing the waiting game, but I'm gonna go with Marlins simply because I don't know that much about the.
All right. So
There you
what's
go.
the
Miami.
majority of us thinking?
What do you guys think?
I'll go with The Marlins.
I'm thinking
Marlins.
the Mariners.
All right, I'm just for
You
majority's
decide.
sake, I'm going to say Marlins.
Okay.
Just for the sake of getting.
I knew it. I knew you were.
Stone. We should. Why did we?
Why
not
didn't we not listen to Stone?
I knew he was
knows
one of me right
everything.
now. I said, I was secretly hoping like, maybe Anthony was.
Montgomery Biscuits. All right,
Oh, Montgomery Biscuits.
I know
What
it.
a
Do you want to go
name.
ahead?
You can go.
You got it. It's the
It's crazy.
either the AA. It is the AA affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Tampa
Yes.
Bay Rays. Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's an MLB The Show staple right there.
Oh yeah.
Really?
The Montgomery
Man,
Biscuits.
I guess I'm not playing
Especially
enough,
on
show.
online modes.
Fort
Fort
Myers
Myers.
Mighty Muscles. What a name. And this is going to be some crazy random affiliate of the Kansas City Royals.
That would.
Let's trust the process
The
here. My guess is the
Royals
Royals.
or
I'm
the
going
Royals have the Storm Chasers. I know it. I know this. They have the Storm Chasers and a AAA team. I don't remember.
Yeah, but what about single A?
Single
That's a good
A.
point.
I mean, that's my
Or
guess. I'm going Kansas City Royals.
I think the Blue Jays would be funny simply because obviously Fort Myers, Florida. But what did you want to go with?
I'm
I'm
going
gonna go
Royals.
with Minnesota because they
Minnesota.
already have
You
a
guys can
Avery.
vote against me.
I'm going with Stone on this one. He got us on the last one, so I'll go with Minnesota.
I'm
Minnesota?
going Kansas City. Dang it.
It's Minnesota Twins. They did switch up their
Because
single A.
Minnesota plays down
right,
in Florida
well.
for camp.
And they
stuff, so-
probably
you know,
reused the
I
field
just don't
site.
watch enough single A baseball. That's my fault.
I don't know if you
El
can.
Paso.
Chihuahuas.
Oh, this is I want to say
Well,
Padres. I believe.
the Padres.
I believe it is the San Diego Padres. I believe this is the AA affiliate of the San Diego Padres. What do you guys think? I'm sorry.
You know-
I feel like I'm leading this.
No,
I like
I'm
it.
thinking.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
I'll
know
go
I'm
with
going
it.
with the Padres
It's
too.
an NL West
Yeah.
team.
We'll go. Yep,
Yes,
there
it's the
we go.
AAA
There you go.
affiliate.
Triple A.
Hopefully we don't have to get the
I thought I remembered
level
seeing
Yeah.
Tatis
correctly.
and-
Richmond
Just
Flying
saying.
Squirrels.
Oh, dude. This isn't Yankees.
No, I believe it's Giants. Yeah, because Cubs is the one of their minor
The
league-
Cubs is Iowa, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Iowa Cubs, right?
The Iowa
Yeah.
Cubs.
Yeah, I like San Francisco.
I think I like
Yeah.
the Giants on this one. I
I
don't
like
know.
San Francisco.
Yankees
Let's
and
go
Dodgers.
with it.
No, I like the Giants on this one.
That's it.
How about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Visions of
too bad.
Buster Posey and Brandon Crawford on that one, man. Giants, great. 2010s dynasty.
They and
Dayton,
Cincinnati Reds.
Ohio. You got it?
He said that was quick.
That was
Cincinnati, lock it.
They
quick.
played them
Lock
in spring
it in.
training.
Yep.
Book it.
Locked.
Cincinnati Reds.
And
There you
my
go.
man, Savant.
There you go.
I love it, dude. I knew we were gonna crush this one. Minor league baseball is just amazing. The Beloit
Carp?
Sky Carp. What?
Ooh, Sky Carp.
How'd they get up there?
My brain goes
Okay.
to Marlins, but Nationals stands out to me too.
Ooh, me too, low-key. I like the NL East vibes we've got. I like either Mets or Nationals for this one. I feel like the Mets are a team that kind of embraces the.
Stone, what's your intuition?
I'm leaning towards the Nationals.
Okay. I feel like we need to go with it.
What?
Nats? Let's go with
Nats.
Nats. I
Let's
like
do
that.
it.
I think it
Nationals.
could totally be true.
Oh.
The Marlins stick with the fish theme. That
Wow.
makes sense because they have the Jacksonville
Still jumbo shrimp.
Oh.
How about that?
Jumbo shrimp?
Yeah,
If
they,
only we had the jumbo shrimp on here, man.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. They like to stick with the.
Cleveland Guardians.
Thank you. I was gonna say they stick
Is
with
that
the
the-
aquatic
Lo-
theme.
Is that the single A?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
single A.
There we
That's
go.
tugboat. Well, he's at Lake County now, but
Yeah, but that's where he made his
that's where he
claim to
made his
fame.
claim to fame for
Playing
being.
for I believe that's
All right.
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Yep.
Okay.
Avery, what's sticking out to you here?
The last one of our day will be the Asheville Tourists.
I don't know. I haven't seen the Braves on this list yet, so
Asheville is in North
That's true, I haven't.
Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
where's ours?
Braves, I like.
I think I like the Braves.
I'm trying
That
to think.
sounds
Braves
good.
minor league. They have the Mississippi Braves, and they have another team that's not the Tourists, but it's been a long time
But
since
then
I've
again,
checked
we
that.
could be talking single A.
Let's go Braves. I like
Okay.
I
it.
got the
I like the
Astros.
Braves.
Astros.
Stone says Astros. We say
Okay.
Braves.
Uh-oh.
Let's
I'm
see
going
it.
Braves just to stick with the Southern theme,
Braves, Astros.
dude.
Where's Della Fowler when we need
I
her?
knew I was gonna coin that nickname today,
She might
and it
know
was
that.
gonna
Oh,
work, and you
goodness.
proved me right.
Dang.
We got 7 out of 10 on the day. Not too shabby crew, but our shift has come to an end. For more sports coverage, feel free to go to kentstater.com and tune into Sports Corner Monday nights at 7 p.m.
I'm Avery Rigney.
I'm Stone O'Brien.
I'm Anthony Leonardo.
And I'm Gage Wellman. I'll see you sometime soon.